Welcome to your 5-minute Maximo coffee break. Hello and welcome to our Maximo 9.1 What's New training for end users. In this session, we will review key updates to usability and navigation for users upgrading from Maximo 7.6 to Maximo 9.1. This demonstration reflects an out-of-the-box Maximo 9.1 environment. Depending on your organization's configuration, your screens, branding, and login experience may look slightly different. Let's begin with the first thing users will notice, the login experience. Once your new Maximo system is available, your organization will provide the login URL. When you open that URL in your browser, you will see the login screen. Your login screen may look different from this example, since many organizations customize colors, logos, or background images. This example shows the standard out-of-the-box login screen. Another difference you may notice is how you log in. Depending on your organization, you may use a local Maximo account, single sign-on using your Windows or Microsoft credentials with multi-factor authentication, or LDAP login using your Microsoft credentials. For this training, I'll use a local Maximo login. After entering my credentials and clicking login, I am taken to my Start Center. For users who already use Start Centers, this should feel familiar. The overall structure is similar, but the interface now uses the new Maximo Visual 9.1 theme. From the Start Center, you'll notice the updated color scheme and layout. On the left-hand side, there is now a dynamic navigation menu. As you hover over it, it expands automatically. When you click a module, it expands further to show the applications available to you based on your security role. You can also use the navigation icon, sometimes called the hamburger menu. Clicking the hamburger will pin the navigation pane open. Click it again, or click the X to collapse it. If you already know the name of the application you want, you can start typing in the navigation filter to quickly find it. This is not new to 9.1, but it is still a very helpful feature. Another useful tip, if the screen looks too small, you can zoom your browser in or out by using Ctrl+ to zoom in or Ctrl- to zoom out. Now, let's look at the key changes users will notice inside of Maximo applications. In previous versions, the toolbar was typically displayed across the top of the application. In Maximo 9.1, the toolbar is now located in the upper right corner of the application. Once you open a record, the toolbar updates dynamically based on the application and the record you are viewing. Depending on your configuration, you may see options such as Select Action, New Record, Save, Undo, Previous and Next, Workflow, Print, or other toolbar icons. Your exact icons may vary depending on your organization setup, but this is the standard out-of-the-box arrangement. Another important change is the location of Advanced Search and Query tools. These options have also moved to the upper right corner beside the toolbar. Here you will find more search fields or Advanced Search, Find Record, Save Query, View or Manage Queries, and the Where clause option for power users. Although the location is different, the functionality is essentially the same. For example, you can still open Advanced Search, enter search criteria such as a status, choose one or more values, and click Find. If you already know the record number, you can use Find Record to jump directly to it. For users who work with Save Queries or custom Where clauses, those capabilities are still available. They've just been moved. Within a record, most field behavior remains the same. You will still see the Detail menu, lookup icons for selecting values, date and time fields with calendar pickers, checkboxes for yes or no fields. So while the visual design has changed, the user interaction remains very similar to previous versions. Adding new rows and table actions are slightly different in 9.1. One of the more noticeable changes is how you add rows in table sections. In earlier versions, users often saw push buttons at the bottom of the table. In Maximo 9.1, adding a new row is typically done using the plus icon. When you click the plus icon, a new row is added. Other table-related actions that previously appeared as buttons may now be grouped under a blue action menu. If you click that menu, you will see the other available actions for that section. In summary, the plus icon adds a new row. Other row or table actions are found in the action menu. System dialog boxes are still present, but their appearance has been updated. For example, when Maximo asks whether you want to save changes, you may still see options such as yes, no, cancel. The behavior is the same as before, but the buttons and dialog styling have a newer look and feel. Attachments also have an updated appearance. When a record has an attachment, the attachment icon now shows a number, indicating how many attachments are associated with that record. When you click the attachment icon, you can view the list of attached files. From there, you can open or download them, depending on how your organization has configured attachment handling. In some environments, the file may open in a new browser tab, and in others, it may download directly. A common question I receive often is, how can I use Maximo in more than one browser tab at the same time? Many users like to keep different applications open side by side. For example, work orders in one tab and graphical workweek application in another. In Maximo 9.1, you should not simply copy the entire URL from an already active session and paste it into another tab, because that can cause session conflicts and may sign you out of the first tab when activity occurs. Instead, once you are logged in, copy the URL only up to and including the Maximo component of the URL address. Then, open a new browser tab, paste that shortened URL, let Maximo open a fresh session in that new tab. This allows you to work in multiple tabs more reliably. One final point. Logging out properly is important. Many users close the browser tab or simply close or shut down the browser itself and assume they have logged out of Maximo. This is not the same as logging out of Maximo. While your organization may have a session timeout configured, often 30 minutes or another defined interval, the correct way to exit Maximo is to click your profile icon, select Logout. Then confirm the logout. Also note, if you have multiple tabs open, logging out from one tab will log you out of the others as well. So if you are working in more than one tab, be aware that ending your session in one place may end the session everywhere. Maximo 9.1 maintains the core functionality that users are familiar with from previous versions while introducing several enhancements designed to improve usability and streamline the overall user experience. These updates include changes to the login experience and improved navigation, a repositioned toolbar, updated search and query tools, new approaches to row actions within tables, refresh dialog boxes, improve visibility and management of attachments, guidance for working with multiple browser tabs, and updated logout behavior. Together, these improvements modernize the interface while preserving the workflows users already know. And that concludes our Maximo 9.1 What's New training for end users. We hope this overview helps make your transition to Maximo 9.1 easier.